Well, there is a new Skoda Slavia in town. It's called the Monte Carlo edition. Now, what's new on this, what has changed, what has not, we are at the Buddh International Circuit to experience it firsthand. So let's find out. Now, without beating around the bush, let me kill the excitement right here, right now, because this is just a cosmetic update. Now, Monte Carlo edition, it just gets a cosmetic makeover over the regular version. But what's new on this car? Let's quickly give you all the details. Now, first of all, this is in red. It is finished in this sporty red shade and it gets a lot of blacked out bits. Now, starting from the front grille, it has this gloss black grille, looks quite good. It goes with the sporty theme of the car. You have got black inserts all over and it has a lot of black elements to make it look more sporty. Now, that's the front end. Of course, you can clearly make out the difference that it has got that sporty intent. Now, if you come around the side, you'll notice it has got these 16-inch wheels, same size as the regular Slavia, but these are blacked out. The tires are also exactly the same. Now, this is the Monte Carlo badge right here on the fender. This is a Skoda signature sort of tag and no other brand can use it. That's what Skoda has told us. They have taken the rights for this brand name, so no other brand in the world can use Monte Carlo badges like that. Now, other than that, you also get these blacked out door mirrors. The running board is also finished in gloss black finish. And now if you come towards the back, you'll see the changes are more prominent in the sense, again, more black stuff. So you've got this trunk spoiler over here, quite sporty again. The Skoda badging is retained, but it's also in black finish. The Slavia badging, same black. And you've got the 1.5 TSI badges in black as well. Other new addition is this rear diffuser. That also looks quite cool. And I think this color scheme, it works really well, especially with this red paint scheme. We had seen it with the Kushaq earlier, but I think it's the Slavia where it kind of deserves that scheme because this is a sedan and it gives it that perfect sports sedan look. So I think on that front, it is a job well done. Of course, if I have to say something that's missing, I'd say the wheels, they could have gone for bigger wheels, fatter tires probably, because this car, it needs to have its own identity. Even though it has those black bits and bobs, and even the roof, the sunroof is also black, and you've got these chrome inserts also. They're also quite dark, but I wish it had bigger wheels, probably some new design element. I think that's where I think Skoda has kind of missed the trick. But overall, I think this is a great looking sedan and the proportions are bang on. But those are the changes on the outside. Now let's hop inside and see what has changed, because there are a lot of new bits and bobs that have been added in this particular version. Now on the inside, it maintains that sporty theme because it has got a lot of red accents all over. So the dashboard is now all black. In fact, the entire theme is all black, again very sporty, and it has got this nice red theme over it. So again, the design is more or less the same, but what has changed is the upholstery, is the interior theme. So this has got this red seat with all contrast stitching. The seats are exactly the same, but like I said, instead of the beige on the original car, this is all black. So it's also going to be easier to maintain as well. I think it also goes well with the sporty intent of the Slavia, because when you sit in this car, now it feels properly sporty. Now, what else have they done? Well, they've also added this new red theme to the instrument cluster. Now, this is the all digital instrument cluster in the 1.5 TSI version. Of course, this car is also available with the 1-liter version, but right now we are in the 1.5 TSI, so it has this sporty red accent all over. And again, it looks quite sporty, so everything is more or less the same. Now, in terms of equipment, in terms of features, it is the same as the top of the line Slavia. So that means you get all the bits and bobs. You get this nice big screen, and all the functions are more or less the same. You also get ventilated seats. So in terms of features and equipment, nothing has changed on that front. Now, the other thing is, of course, we are driving it today. We are driving the 1.5 TSI version, and I'll soon go out on the track. We are going to have 4 laps with the Slavia, this TSI version. Now, one thing that Skoda has missed out on is that it's not offering the manual version with the 1.5 TSI. It's available with 1-liter TSI, but even in this version, they're not offering the 1.5 MT, which is available with the Virtus, which is an identical car to this. So I think again a bit of a miss, but Skoda says that there is not a lot of demand for manual transmission with the 1.5 TSI, so it doesn't really make sense. And even if there is, I think Volkswagen is already taking care of that section of buyers. So again, that's Skoda's logic, and I think it works well because anyway, personally, if I have to pick between the 1.5 TSI and 1.5 manual, I also prefer the DSG because I think it is a much better transmission in the larger scheme. So again, if you are an enthusiast, you might miss that, but it's not a deal breaker for me per se. Now it's time to hit the track, so I'm going to be driving the Monte Carlo edition on the track. Of course, mechanically this car is exactly the same as the regular version, so not expecting a lot of change, not expecting a lot of difference, but of course we are at the track and this is the first time that I'm going to be driving around the whole lap in the Slavia, so let's see how it performs. So we are driving the Monte Carlo version right now, and mechanically there's nothing that has changed on this car, not even the suspension. And of course we are driving the 1.5 TSI, so it has the same power output, same torque. And in terms of driving also, it's more or less the same because this engine, it loves to rev, and is matched to a DSG transmission. So again, shifts are lightning quick. Of course we are at the BIC, so I have not driven it around the track before. So I can only tell you how it feels. So yeah, the engine and transmission, well, they are in perfect sync, and this car, it's a Skoda, so the chassis, the new MQB AOI platform, well, we all know that this is a platform that is very driver focused in the sense it has that stability, and even though it understeers, but it's very well managed. I mean, the Slavia and even the Virtus, they are the best driver sedans. So the balance, the nose is quite pointy. I mean, again, this is the same car, it's been on sale for a while, but this is the first time that I'm pushing it on a racetrack. And the grip from the tires also, it's very decent. I mean, you're not supposed to be doing with a family sedan, but then the Skoda genes, well, they definitely show up, and it's hard to control when you're on a racetrack. So yeah, this engine is phenomenal. It loves to rev. The DSG transmission is lightning quick. So if you plan to do a track day with this car, well, of course you can do that as well. And I think even with the brakes, I've done 4 hot laps now, and there's not much fade. So I think great on that front as well. So our driving session with the Skoda Slavia Monte Carlo edition is over now, and of course there is not much to report because it's the same old car. Mechanically nothing has changed. Of course, when you are at the BIC, you're out having fun, so there is never a dull moment, and I think the Slavia lives up to the hype. It is a sports sedan, so again, it was fun driving this new version as well. Of course, not much has changed, but you can't really deny that it is a fun and engaging sedan to drive, and especially with that 1.5 TSI engine, it is really a pocket rocket. Now, of course, that's not to say that it's perfect, because I think Skoda has missed a bit of an opportunity here, because they could have made it slightly sportier. They could have changed the suspension like what Hyundai does with the N-Line, like what Hyundai did with the N-Line version. So they could have stiffened the suspension a fair bit. They could have really made it more sporty to drive. I think they could have done that, because it would have given it a slight edge over its sibling, the Volkswagen Virtus GT. So I think that is a trick that Skoda has missed here. But again, coming back to the main bit, the pricing. Now, as I was driving the car, I've got the pricing with me now on my phone. So the Monte Carlo edition starts at 15.79 lakh rupees. Now that is for the 1 litre MT version, and it's based on the top end version, which is the Prestige version, which used to be the Prestige in the regular version. So that's also available, but this is 20,000 less than the top end variant. Now same goes for the automatic version, the 1 litre 80, it's 16.89 lakh rupees. It's also 20,000 rupees more affordable than the 1 litre top end 80. And the top end 1.5 TSI, it's 18.49 lakh. Again, you save 20,000 rupees over the top end Prestige version. Now that makes it good value for money, especially you want the sporty edition and you want these blacked out bits. So I think for someone who wants a proper sports sedan look, I think this is the version to go for, because the Prestige version, it looks more elegant, it looks more classy, looks more on the luxury side, whereas this is sporty. So I think there's a clear differentiation that has happened there. Now the other thing is, if you don't like the red color, if you don't like the Monte Carlo badges, there is also a Sportline version which gets all the blacked out bits that you are seeing on this car. Now the interior on that car is the same as the regular version. It doesn't get red interior. Of course, like I said, there is no red bits and bobs on that car. So the Sportline version is more affordable because it starts at 14.05 lakh. So if you don't like the red color, if you don't like Monte Carlo, you can go for that. So I think the Monte Carlo edition and the Sportline editions, well, they are a nice addition to the range. But of course, we were expecting a little more in terms of the driving experience or in terms of the mechanical package, because I think Skoda has definitely missed a trick here.